Good morning, dear friends at St. Aloysius College. It's been quite a while that I wanted to address one and all and to see how you're doing, especially in this time of being at home and, uncertainty and new ways also of reaching out to students and staff. I'm sure it's not easy, and I'm sure that it's taking its toll on each and every one of us. However, I'm sure that also it's a blessing because it's allowing us to understand where we are, where we were, and what we want of the future. And in a way, it reminds me of an important moment in the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius, especially at the first week when he invites us to reflect on three questions. What have I done for Christ? What am I doing for Christ? And what will I do for Christ? And personally, I think this is a time of really reflecting on the purpose of life. What have we been living with? What are we living? And how do we want to live? So it's a time of much reflection, introspection, a time of understanding better the meaning of life at the end of the day, which isn't easy, and they're not small questions. But I'm sure that the beauty of living this as a community helps us to be able to journey together. And even though, yes, we've been talking about social distancing and remaining at home and working from home and not being able to meet one another, not being able to, be physically connected with the students we're called to teach, yet I believe there's a lot of connection taking place. And this connection first needs to happen in me and then passed on to others. And something I read in these last few days remained with me, and I'd like to share it with you. And it is, we are healed to help others. We are blessed to be a blessing. We are saved to serve, not to sit around and wait for heaven. And it really stayed with me, and I wanted to share it with you because, yes, I'm sure that each and every one of us, when we sit and sort of meet ourselves, can understand we have received so much. We have been able to receive so many blessings. We have been illuminated and hopefully, realize that we are saved. And we have just lived a very special Easter. And so, what do they mean in our daily life, and how do we transform them as a means of healing to others, blessings to others, a word of encouragement, a ray of hope, bringing that salvation to others? How is this being lived in our daily life today, in the new normal, as we are calling it? Of course, we can be healing to others by really reaching out. A phone call, a smile when we are connecting, even through social media, a letter, a walk, being socially distant but together. So there are new ways that we were taking perhaps for granted that can be put into practice, and we should not wait till tomorrow. The gospel tells us what you can do today, don't leave for tomorrow. But we can also be a blessing to others by praying for them, by seeing what needs they have and delivering it, by listening to what they're going through. And sometimes that word of encouragement can truly be the greatest blessing. Many of us don't want to be told what to do or how to go about it. But most of us, and I'd say all of us, need to know that we are not alone. And in truth, we are not alone. Because for those of us who embrace their faith, and not necessarily Catholicism, but it can be Christianity in general, or other religions as well, depending on what faith we embrace. But each and every faith allows us to understand that we are not alone. He is with us. For us Christians, we would say He is Emmanuel, God with us. And that is the greatest strength we have to hold on to. Perhaps we've lost a loved one, as I did a few days ago, losing my father, and 3 months prior to that, my mother. Big losses. But that is the moment of true faith, I believe, where we can look at the Lord and say, thank you. Thank you for who they are. Thank you for what they've done. And grant me the grace to do likewise. And so let us learn from each other. Let us reach out to one another. Let us be there for one another. And let us continue to journey together. Because where there is 2 or 3 gathered in His name, there He is in our midst. And I am sure of this, that He has not abandoned us, He has not left us alone, but He is with us in this new normal. And so I want to thank you for all the hard work that you're putting in. I want to thank you for continuing the ministry of teaching, of being with our students, but especially, please do take care of yourselves, and let us hope for this new normal to give us the opportunity to meet each other face to face and enjoy being physically present to one another in the new normal, with our social distancing, with our masks, with whatever we're asked to do. But we know that it's always for the good of others and ourselves. And so we know that we can continue this journey in the way that we are being called. Let us not wait impatiently, but let us be proactive. And so let us continue making use of the means we have today to be able to continue our journey together when this is possible in the new ways that are being indicated. But from my end, I want to say thank you for all your hard work and all that you have been doing, because the school can continue to operate in this new way because of you. And so, courage, we'll get through this, and hopefully we'll be all together once we come out of it on the other side. God bless you.